crazily, we're back in the room.
Like in the room. What kind of?
We're so flustered over here. We're flustered beyond flustered.
Discombobulated.
So, with that, something about things, about
Yeah.
other things, and welcome to ADHDville.
Yes. Discombobulated. Right on. Wow. Okay.
Oh man!
Oh man.
So for a bit of context, we were
Mm.
just going to record with a
Mm-hmm.
guest who we'll have on.
Yes.
Our guest, Jenny Lucas, and we
Yeah.
were just about to record, and then my Mac died, and then
Mm.
it's been like literally 40 minutes of like panicky Mac first aid,
Right.
and trying to get this thing going again, which is crazy. And
Yeah.
now we
Because
had to
it's usually me
postpone it.
that has the meltdown, the tech meltdown. There's a
I know, but
there's a little bit of me, Martin. I hate to say it's a little bit of me, Martin, thinking, "Oh, glad it's not me this time.
I know it's me.
It's
And
you."
yeah, so we have an episode with no guest and no script. So if
Yeah,
you're in for something off the cuff, like
yeah,
in true ADHD style, I would say,
yeah.
Mr. Thompson, this is a
Yes,
true ADHD
exactly.
episode where anything goes. There is no script. Where we're off the grid.
No script.
Um,
The wheels have fallen off.
well and truly, they are
Yeah.
dangling, and we have gone off the cliff in like some sort of like
Yes.
action
Yeah.
film.
Yeah. Like not on the cusp, not on the precipice. Like off
No,
this,
no,
like Thelma and Louise.
yeah, yeah.
On a
This podcast
with a
has gone off the cliff and then exploded on the
yeah.
canyon
Exactly.
bottom.
Exactly.
All right,
Which probably
well,
a good lead in to me saying, "Hello, I'm Paul Thompson, and I was diagnosed with the ADHD about 16 fucking months ago,
right.
more or
And I'm
less."
Martin West, and I was diagnosed with combined ADHD in 2013. And I don't think we have to do anymore because we're not going to give any ADHD advice
No,
unless you really want to, unless you feel the need to kind of
if you want to
do the next
insist,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's do it. So we're just two
Right.
mates who, by coincidence or not, in brackets, after 39 years of friendship, discovered that we're co-ADHDs. Who would have thought it? Now, it's really important to say this is into, but this is, oh my,
It's so not an entertaining podcast.
what is going on?
It's
It's like a full moon or something tonight. Now,
we've
it's really
we've
important to say this is
go
an
on.
entertainment podcast about adult ADHD, Martin, and does not substitute
Oh,
for individualized advice from qualified health professionals. So don't take any advice from him.
or him.
We're just here as a kind of
Have to be faster.
all-inclusive ADHD shit show. But but on like your park bench with room for your best buddies and stuff. Still here,
Oh God.
miracle
Yeah.
already. Grab whatever freaking transportation methods that you want and come and join us in a place that we call ADHDville that we've created in our minds.
In our
And
minds.
so where is our mind today? I don't know.
Right,
Where we
gone.
like to explore different parts of the shit show that is called ADHD.
Yeah, and we start off
Yes.
in our new home,
Everything's a
the
struggle.
uh, the pub, the King's Attentive Head pub,
Yes.
in downtown ADHDville, um, where I will have a well. Oh, it's my round
Oh, nice.
this week. So what are you having, Mister T?
I'm going to have, and it's quite ironic actually, Martin. I'm going to have a pint of Old Peculiar.
All right.
which is exactly what I had a pint of on my
Mhm.
first day of working. I'd finished, as you know, we studied together at art school. I got my first job, and on my first day, I was taken by my colleagues to a pub down the road in London. It's called the Lamb in
Right.
wherever it is, but no, where is it? Yeah, round the corner from the British Museum, and I was plied with 3 pints of Old Peculiar
All
and
right.
slept the whole afternoon on my desk.
Oh, very
That
nice.
was my first day. Old Peculiar. So I'll have a pint
Oh,
of Old
lovely.
Peculiar. What are you partaking in, Martin?
I'll have a pint of the Vickers speckled knob.
Right.
I think.
Yes. It's probably got a good head on it.
Oh, I'm so glad you went there, Mister T.
Yes, all
Um,
right.
speaking of going somewhere, let's all pile into the into
Yes.
the old tractor and
Uh-huh.
let's go and have let's not get in the old tractor because I'm just
No.
enjoying my pint. Why am I going off in the
Yeah,
tractor anywhere?
exactly.
Don't drink
Exactly.
and drive. Don't drink and
No,
drive, people.
don't drink and drive, especially on a pint of old, what was it? What pint are you having? What's it
Vickers
called?
speckled knob.
Right. Yes. No, even after a sip of that stuff, you don't want to drive. We'll
Yeah,
just stay
I
there.
mean,
Let's just stay in the pub and prop
just
up the
in
bar.
case you're curious, I make up all the beers, all the names of the beers. They don't actually exist. They're not real beers.
Oh, okay.
You can't
Oh,
you
okay.
can't go into a pub and buy a Vickers speckled knob
Oh, okay.
or
Even it.
or the one that I suggested a short while back, which was the Abbott's speckled backside or something? I can't remember now.
Okay.
Um,
I still
I need
remember the first time I got drunk was when I discovered my father's secret stash of lager beer,
oh,
and it was a
okay,
double diamond. Do you remember that
yeah. So
in the mid-80s?
where had he hidden his illicit beer?
In the back of the bar.
All right,
Literally, my dad had a bar in this
nice,
extension space that I wasn't supposed
nice.
to go to. Yeah, and there was a
Okay,
whole tray of small cans, little cans, like a half can size.
yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you get more.
Okay,
Yeah, double diamond.
and obviously, I'm thinking, okay, so how many of them did you have, and did your dad ever cop on to the fact that
Oh, he
his
totally
little
did.
cans were kind of going down?
He did, but he also. I thought I'd hidden them really well by throwing them into over the fence at the back of the house and into the woods behind. And
All right.
he discovered the foresaid thrown
Oh
empty
no.
cans, and it's
All
like,
right.
oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
it's a hard one,
bollocks.
difficult one to, to
All right.
it's
And
pretty hard
were
one to
there
defend.
any what was the were there any repercussions? Were you
I got a
sent to your
hiding,
room? What? You got a
hiding,
hiding.
and I
Oh,
got a hiding and sent to my room. Yeah, and then another time, I found the scotch, or was it the vodka? No, it was the vodka.
oh, blimey! So you'd obviously
Yeah,
sort of escalated
I
to the
escalated. Yeah,
spirits.
and I did. And my mum came home early from work and found me and my mate John
Hmm.
um, comatose on the lounge floor.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally like woken up
and
by my mum.
oh boy. And then
Yeah,
was that the same punishment or
I
again?
don't think
Was it like,
my dad never found out about that one. I think my mum
oh,
thought,
your mum was nice. She was
she
like,
was
you know what?
nice. Yeah, What about you? What was your? Did you have like a? Were you an alcoholic fiend like me, or were you?
No, not really. I mean, like, although, well, I can remember, like, so I guess art collegey days. Right. So art college, I remember we started to drink cocktails. There were
Right.
these little individual bottles called Shakers cocktails, and they had like sort of
Oh
pina colada
yes, I remember.
and
Yeah.
you know, something sunset or whatever. Um, and we used to buy those, and we used to drink those in class.
Yes.
So there was that. Also, for some reason, and I don't know how these things start, but someone we all got into German white wine for some
Oh
reason.
wow. Right.
So there was like bottles of Liebfrau Milch, and we used to buy those and take it to parties
Hmm.
and get hammered oh, we were so ill. You know, like
Yeah.
those drinks that you had when you were like young, and you cannot even you can't even have a sip of now. It just brings
Hmm.
back,
Yeah.
oh, it brings it all back.
I'm like that with tequila.
Tequila.
I, tequila. I shared a bottle of tequila once with a colleague uh, of ours. Do you remember the Scottish guy from Glasgow? He was like he was a photographer's assistant.
Oh yeah, he
What
worked
was
with
his
us when we
name?
worked at Redlands.
Yeah,
Oh, Hamish McTavish. I don't know,
yeah.
but
Well,
just trying to think.
we shared
Yeah,
digs together, and he was smaller and slimmer than me, and he could take his drink though. My God, I was
yeah.
I was out for the count,
What were
and
you
he was
doing going
fine.
up against a Scotsman?
Yeah,
What were
exactly.
you thinking, Mr. Thompson?
What was I
You,
thinking?
it was
All
always
of
going
this
to end
makes it
badly.
yeah. All of this makes it sound like I was a bit of a like an alcoholic, but I never really was. I would have like my moments, but I never really had. Unfortunately, alcohol has a terrible effect on me in that I remember everything.
Ooh, yeah, me
You know,
too.
I've always envied people that you drank and it's like they get up the next day, oh, can't remember anything I did. You know what? You're acting like an arsehole all night. And I would remember everything.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I mean, I would just drink at parties mostly, you know, and
Right.
that could be like, I mean, you could say that that's an ADHD thing where you're like, you know, you
Mm.
just kind of, you know, it helps you kind of
Yes.
get through and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, but I didn't really go out a huge amount, really. So it
I
never really
didn't.
caught on for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I just never really went for going out. I wasn't very sociable at all. I don't
Yeah.
remember ever socializing with my uh, s- um, art school friends in the evenings, ever. Oh no, maybe sometimes we'd go to like a nightclub or something in Red Hill,
Yeah. Um,
which I hated.
Speaking of art, I thought I was just clearing up my room a bit, and you know that I did a couple of nights of life drawing
Yeah.
classes.
Well, I know you did
And
one. How did the second one go?
so I did the first one. That was a guy. The second one was a younger girl, woman, I
Hmm.
should say, um, and that was I think, and I found that to be a lot easier. I actually had more
Right.
fun
Uh huh.
drawing her. Um, I thought, oh, is it because I spent 2 years drawing sort of women back, 40 years ago or whatever? Um,
Hmm.
Perhaps. Then the third was the same guy again. It was a guy from week
Okay.
one. So I was like,
Uh huh.
don't actually like drawing this particular guy. I was like, I
Right.
don't really. And then the fourth and
Is
the
it because
final,
there was something about him you didn't like? Is
yeah,
I know, I'm just throwing it out there. Is it like this ADHD thing? You like hypersensitive, and there's something about him that was bothering you, and therefore didn't draw him very
like
well.
right. So when when you're standing there with the easel and your pad and you're drawing someone, it's really, and I think we've said this before, it's really kind of about you and your relationship with what's in front of you. And
Yeah,
and my relationship was like, I don't really I don't really like you. I feel really uninspired. I'm really
there you go.
struggling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
And then the fourth one was a different guy. I was
Okay.
hoping for the young woman again, but I had a guy. But actually, I liked drawing him because he was he had he had a really interesting head, and I kind of I kind of
All right.
fixated on it.
Gravitate. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was having anyway. So I was actually just going through the images earlier, so I thought I'd actually just hold some up to the camera. Um,
Oh,
so I'll just pull out a few for
wow.
you and anyone in the audience. This is this is
The
what I did
audience.
after 40 years of not doing anything. Hang on. All right. All right. So I quite got into the into using a Japanese calligraphy brush.
Oh, nice.
Like they had one there, and I was like, "Ooh, let me try that." So I had ink, and I had that. So let me see if I can hold this up.
Oh, nice. Very
All right, it's all right,
nice.
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she was quite nice. What else we got? Different pose. Yeah, okay, I guess, but
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
better there. And then I
Essential
used
is the
the
word that comes to mind. Very essential.
sensual.
Essential.
And then this is the last one. My ink had like an little ink stopper thing, yeah, like a little suction pipette on the
All right.
top,
Yeah.
and I actually used that.
Like a
I thought, oh,
nipple.
well, yeah. So I got very different lines.
All right. It's breaking up. Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
That was her.
Okay.
Anyway, that was that. Show and tell.
Coincidentally, I'll do a show and tell now. Coincidentally, because we're just before we came on, we were like thinking, oh, what can we talk about? I was saying to Martin, oh, it's been really shit recently. Actually, there's something. See your drawings. My mate came over, my friend Stefano, and we had a drawing evening. We spent 4 hours doing self portraits. No,
Oh
4
wow.
hours doing portraits of each other. Here's one that he did of me.
Yes. Look at that.
It's a peach.
That's
Got
awesome.
more? It's a peach.
That's so awesome. Yes. You know, he
Nice,
reminds
isn't
me
it?
of someone. It reminds me of it's like a cartoon character that I can't quite put my finger on.
Really?
Oh, look at that. There you go. Nice bit
Yeah.
of black and white.
This is nice as well.
Oh yeah.
And that one.
Oh yeah. I like that bottom one in the
Yeah, nice,
black and
isn't it?
white. That was
This
cool.
is one I did of him.
Okay. He goes like,
He's got a big ass. This one is another
a
one.
moustache. Good Lord,
Yeah,
he has got a
he's got a
moustache.
huge.
Oh,
He's got a big moustache.
there you go. Look at that. That's cool. I
This
like
one's
those
good. I
lines.
think you'll like this one, Martin. Look at this.
Okay. I know. So, oh, there we go. Cool. See, if you're listening on the audio only, obviously
Yes,
this whole
it's
section has
prime
just been
podcast material.
is prime podcast. But yeah, I've got all these like images that we're looking at. So if there's any reason, if there's no like, surely this is a good excuse to go and find us on YouTube and have a look.
Exactly.
Check us
Here's
out.
one where we'd had a few more beers at this point.
All right, so the drawing has started to disintegrate
Yeah,
into like.
this is another one I did of
All
him.
right, there we go. There we go.
Yeah,
That's nice.
our
Wow.
last one. This
Last
is good.
one for all you
This is
audio
where things
people.
got
You can just hang in there.
a bit more abstract.
All right, yeah, that's cool. That's nice. I like that. There we go. So nice loose lines. It looks like a
Loose,
it,
really loose.
it's like a
Yeah,
Matisse or something.
and we've made a resolution. We're going to do it again, and a mate of his is going to come round next time. Should be
A
nice.
three-way.
A three-way.
Yeah.
Threesomes.
A threesomes. Yeah. Nice.
So there you go.
That's fun.
So how was what? So what was your summary of your? Was it 4 sessions you did?
My summary of the 4 sessions was I wish I could just do that every week, but it's
Okay.
it's quite an expensive thing. But it was
Okay.
I and it was quite a small group. There was only ever 3, maybe 4 of us.
Oh wow, tiny. Okay.
Tiny little group. And yeah, I definitely feel like every time I went, I did something. I did something different, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
just do the same thing. So every week I turned up, and there I was using different materials, different paper, different. I was doing all kinds of different things.
I was really surprised because the first one you did, you said that you left the building like Elvis, right? You left the building, and you
Yeah.
threw your drawings in the dumpster.
Yes. Yeah, I don't
That
have
seems
any
a bit dramatic.
any of those.
Right.
Well, it was just like scribbles. It's like, whatever. Throw it away. I'm just going to kind of keep some of the ones that I showed you. I'm going to keep, and then I think I must have done about 100 drawings, and I'll probably keep about 4 or 5 of them, maybe.
Wow.
Oh, and now Eddie's just walking all over them. He's just decided to get out of his bed. And he's now standing. He's now standing on my artwork. Thanks, Eds. Cheers. He does not care one jot.
So what else is going on, Martin?
What else is going on? Well, I have done my taxes for the year, which is what I say done. I'm 99% there. I just have to package it up and send them off. But I've almost done all of that now. So
package them up.
Well, so I have an accountant. So I've done.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just have to get all the worksheet that I've done and all the invoices. I have to upload them to the portal.
Okay.
And then that will be, and then I'll just have to check over their figures or whatever at the end of it. That's the thing, is like when they send you back the tax return, as you know, you can't just sign it. You literally have to kind of go through all of their work and check it.
Oh God.
Because you know what happens.
Yeah.
You know what happens.
Yeah.
It all goes
I
to shit
got
if you don't.
talking of you know what happens and it going to shit. I got I got basically there was clearly some parking fines from 3 years ago from when I was living
Oh
in
well.
Palermo in Sicily that I'd forgotten about or ignored or both, right? And it got to the
All right.
point where the notice didn't come from the police anymore. It came through the tax department of the government,
Oh
which is apparently quite
yeah.
serious.
That's they
So
when it gets to that point, you get liens. Yeah.
right. So my three small little parking fines that would have been about maximum 40 euros each has turned into
Mm-hmm.
a total of 600 euros.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my god.
Plus, also, it they're on your record for like I don't know what it is on how it works
Mm,
in Italy, but here it will be on your records for like I don't know 5-7 years or something, so that if you wanted
right.
to get a loan or do
Oh
any
god.
banking stuff that involved borrowing money,
Really? No, not here.
they go, oh, hang on a second, like this guy's got
Got
liens
history.
against. I mean, it
No,
might
not
not
here.
stop whatever you're doing, but I know that here it's like people check that stuff.
Oh my god. Sounds a bit mad. My
Well,
god. No, nothing like
I
that here.
get it.
It's just a parking fine. It's just an irritation. Well, not just
Right, but they're
irritation, a
like
big
when it
irritation.
goes to the tax, when they start pulling it out of the tax liens, then
Yeah.
it goes to a different. It's on a whole
Yeah.
different level at that point. I'm gonna have
Blimey.
a crisp.
So yeah, well, on my part, I've basically decided this last couple of weeks that I'm gonna stop teaching at state schools. If anyone hasn't kept up with it, I've been teaching for the first time. I've been teaching for about a year, teaching English at
Mm-hmm.
school. I'm gonna give it up. It's just too many. It's just not the right job for my ADHD head.
Right,
Too many variables. Too much of
too many
it's
kids. I want
too
0
many
kids.
kids. But this week it was like already difficult. They suddenly all changed desk positions,
Ooh,
and it's like, oh my god! I was already struggling to like keep track of their names because I have to give them grades, right?
right,
Now they've changed all their desks. They've moved around.
cheeky buggers,
Yeah, because you like
cheeky
it's a couple
buggers.
of them weren't getting on, and the couple of them were distracting each other or whatever. So they've moved them all around. It's like, holy crap! So it's impossible for me to give anyone an accurate grade right now,
Right,
as it
they'd be like,
stands.
right. Everyone gets the
Right,
same grade.
that's exactly what I did today, more or
Oh,
less,
really? More or
more or
less.
less.
But you went, oh, hang on a second.
Yeah,
This person's
no,
good.
not quite.
I remember them.
Yeah, well, there's some people I remember more than
Right.
others. The ones
So
that I like.
basically, there was like
And or the ones that
you did a 3-tier system. Either I know you and you're good, I know
right,
you because you're bad, then everyone
yes,
else in the middle just got the
yeah,
same grade, basically.
this is well, I kind of well, I don't want to give up my trade secrets, but I kind of God, if anyone from a school watches this this podcast, I'm in trouble. But anyway, I'll tell you anyway. I kind of looked at the grades he'd given them already for the grammar side that they teach, and I teach
Right.
do the oral test part, conversation English. I'd like use his grades as a guide.
All right. You went, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Well, because usually they kind of coincide anyway, pretty much. It's
All
quite
right.
rare that, someone who's really good at grammar is really shit on the oral side. It's quite rare.
Right. Do
But point
you?
being, I can't do that job anymore. I have to,
Right.
I'm also working with one teacher who is clearly neuro beige and a complete control freak, and really struggling to work with him.
Right.
So it's just a nightmare, a
Oh dear.
total nightmare. Yeah,
All right.
it's not good.
All right. Did
So
do you remember those days when you would? It was school report time, and then you'd get your
yes,
school report, and
yes,
you'd take it home, and you'd have to show
yes,
your parents your school report.
yeah. No, it's worse than that. My parents used to go into the school.
Oh.
My teacher, that mine used to go into the school and hear it from the teachers. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. And I'd
Ooh.
wait at home nervously.
You know what? I think that may have happened for me as well. Not all those times, but for some of them. Yeah, they would go in, and you just have to sit home and wait for them to come
Yes,
home and the car to come
yeah,
up the drive. You go, oh
yes,
God, here we go. It's going to be a
right,
nightmare.
yes,
I was always
yeah.
like a solid C plus student. I think I've said this
Totally
before.
what I was. That's what I was, except for
I was
sport and art. Sport for
all
and art,
right.
I would get tens.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Yeah, but
get like highest possible grades. Everything else, I was like C and C plus,
yep,
and
yep, just
um,
above
and I
average.
yeah, and my dad would come home and give me a hiding
Oh, blimey.
for bad school grades. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
That
thanks,
was a
Dad.
bonus. That was nice.
Yeah.
you
Ugh,
know.
I never got, I was, no, I didn't get any of that. I think it was always the same. It was always, if they paid attention, they could do better. Could do better.
Yes.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
think just hearing you, I think that at some point in my early on in my school life, someone wrote "could do better," and then everyone just saw that and just copied it.
Copied it.
Right for
Yeah.
each one. Yeah, does
Yeah.
okay. Could do better. I mean, I was so in the middle of the pack that I don't think
Right.
when it came to writing reports, I think that maybe the teachers didn't even know who I was.
Right.
I think
Mm,
they just pulled out last year's report
yeah.
and just copied it.
I
That's what
got
I'm
to a
thinking
point
now.
where even though I was kind of resigned to the fact, I don't know, consciously or not, that I was just bored with school, and it just wasn't on my wavelength. Whatever they was teaching, and however they were teaching, it wasn't on my wavelength on some level. But there was a point there was a situation that came to mind where I was so pissed off with being, because in English schools, it was quite particular at that time. I don't know how it is now, but you would just get the worst teachers. So if you were getting consistently C's or C pluses, you were downgraded, and you
Hmm.
basically got the worst teachers at the school teaching that particular subject. The trouble was with one teacher who was teaching maths, and I was in the lowest of the lowest of schools. The teacher was so bad, I literally at one point in the middle of a class got up, put my shoulder over my back, over my shoulder, but put my bag over my shoulder, walked down to the headmaster's, knocked on his door, and said, "I want to be moved.
I want out. I'm done. I'm
I want
cooked.
out. I'm done."
I'm out.
Literally,
Wave the white flag.
knocked on his door, knocked on his door, said,
I'm done.
"This is a complete joke. Please move me to another class."
Nice. And what happened?
Yeah,
Was that like,
he did move me. I got moved.
Oh wow! You know
Yeah,
what? I
yeah,
think that he respected your balls for going up into his office and
yeah,
demanding.
yeah.
I think he went. You know
But
what?
that
You know
but
what,
that was
mate?
always been me,
Mate.
determined little bugger. I was always like that. I was very
Oh,
determined.
that's nice.
Yes,
I
it's
can
nice.
remember. I can remember early on when we were starting to be taught history, which I love.
Mm.
I love history. I'm
Yeah, me
very
too.
into it. I will happily read books and documentaries and whatever. Um,
Oh, yes.
and I can remember almost the first history lesson. The teacher said, and I didn't realize this until I was an adult, that she was telling a joke, but I took her seriously. She said, "History. There's no point in learning history. It's a dead subject."
All right.
Which I only as an adult realized that she was like, oh yeah, because everyone in history is
Ah,
dead,
okay. Yes.
obviously. So
Right.
she's having a joke. She's telling a
Yes.
joke. But
Right.
me
You took it
taking it
literally.
literally was like, okay, there's
Right.
no point in learning history. So I didn't
Right.
so I didn't bother. I took her at her word. I took her at her word
Really?
and went like, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Right.
I'm not bothering with history.
That's that's a ADHD trait, isn't it? Sometimes taking things ridiculously literally.
I would say that that's an autistic trait for sure
Oh, okay. Right.
as well, right? I
Or
mean, like
both. Yeah.
it sits in there quite strongly. Like, okay, all right.
Yeah. But talking of
So
history, I had
history
a
was a
history
dead
teacher.
subject to me.
He
Mhm.
was really nice to me. His official name was Mr. Watkins, but his
Mr. Watkins,
nickname
love you,
was
Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Watkins.
Yeah,
His actual name, everyone used to call him, was Popeye because,
Popeye.
well, the rumor went round that he had an accident. He during the Second World War, he had a some kind of situation with some chemical weapons, and he had one eye that always looked like it was about to pop out,
Oh
and
wow.
so everyone called him
Oh,
Popeye.
Jesus. Oh dear, that's
Yeah,
funny. We
but I
had
always really liked his lessons,
we had
and he took me under his wing. He always gave me, I don't know, he gave me some leeway, shall we say? Definitely.
all right. He liked you. He liked you. We had
But yeah, I'm the
one
same with history. I
art.
love history
What?
now. I can't get enough of history documentaries and podcasts.
Hmm. I had one art teacher who had been photographed and appeared in Playboy. Um,
Oh my
and
god! Right? Okay.
she taught pottery.
Right. Of course she
And
did.
she was absolutely stunning. She
Right.
was stunning.
Right.
I
Is it
mean,
the same woman? Did she become an actress and she also did G.I. Jane and married Bruce Willis?
no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
You're
Not the
you're
same.
thinking of some
Because
who
she
did
did
marry Bruce
pottery
Willis?
as well.
Oh, did she? No.
Yeah.
Uh, this isn't
It's Patrick Swayze.
A Swayze reference, ghost pottery film
Yes.
reference, is it?
Beautiful woman. Anyway,
All
back to
right.
your
Well, no, it
story.
wasn't
She
her.
was
Wasn't
attractive.
no, but so you can imagine everyone in her class, I mean, all the young adolescent boys in my school were
Yeah.
just like head over heels
Wow.
in love with her. She she was lovely. But she wasn't my art teacher. I had two art teachers. The
Mm,
first one was an absolutely miserable man
right.
who you could not impress for love nor money. Nothing you could
Wow.
do would
Hmm.
he would ever think was good, right? It was always just
Right.
nonsense crap.
Mhm.
So I spent the first couple of years really trying to do something good so that he'd be impressed, and he never was. He never was.
I had the opposite.
But all right.
I had the opposite. My first art teacher was Mr. Lacey, and he gave me a lifeline that I'm still grateful for today. You know, I'm still because he like in his way, he was an elderly gentleman in his own way. He kind of made it known to me that I had a talent and that I was away. You know, that's all you need,
You
right? From
boy
some teachers.
have a
You
talent.
boy.
Oh,
Yes, yeah. Then he died.
carry on. Oh, he died.
Then he died,
Oh
and
no. His last
someone else
breath was
came
like,
in.
"Tell Paul
Yeah,
he's got a talent."
so, right, right.
Wow.
It's something in that pipe that obviously didn't agree with him.
Yeah. I mean,
And
like,
then we went from Mr. Lacey to Mr. Parrot. Couldn't make it up.
all right. And how was Mr. Parrot
He was
compared to
crap.
Mr. Lacey?
He was crap. The
He was
parrot
crap.
was this parrot was that parrot was no more.
Oh no. He was a
Yeah,
dead parrot.
it was a dead parrot.
I went from my first art teacher who was terrible. No, he wasn't terrible. You just couldn't impress him, which kind of
Right.
pushed me to like try and do something good. And then the
Yeah.
next one, Mrs. Clay, she was a hot little wire as well. She was a.
Is
I mean,
it?
I can
I
remember.
remember
I can.
our friend
What
Stephen had the hots for Mrs. Clay. I remember him
she
saying,
was. She had that kind of like hippie
"Oh,
vibes
lovely!
going
I
on.
love that.
Um,
Love the
I can
hippie
remember
vibe."
we had a field trip to the beach down in Brighton, right? So there's
Mhm.
so there's us lot. We're all kids. I guess we're all about 15 at the time,
Right.
15, 16, somewhere around there. And we're on this beach in Brighton, and it's an English beach, so you know that it's not
Yes.
particularly warm, right? It's an English
Mm-hmm.
beach. It's somewhat
Yes.
chilly, and we're all having a,
Somewhat
you know,
chilly.
right, and we all get off the coaches, and we all assemble on the
Yeah.
beach for
Yes.
our instructions of the day. And for some
Mhm.
reason, my art teacher was in a turquoise bikini
Right.
and was lying there on the
Right.
stones, 'cause it's a stony beach,
Right.
lying there
Right.
on the stones, looking at
Yes.
us, and we're all looking at
Yes.
her.
Yes.
She's randomly just lying there in her
Come on.
turquoise
Bikini.
bikini.
Right.
I mean, how
Torture.
did she even change into it? We just got off the
Right.
coach and we're like there.
There's a blind
15-year-old
spot. There's a
boys. And
blind spot from when she got off the
she's
coach. I presume she
yeah.
didn't get changed on the coach.
No, we would have seen that.
Right. So where did she get changed? It's a mystery.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But I mean,
Wow.
so she liked me. She liked me and our mutual friend Steve. And she had her own little office in the back of the art room,
Yeah.
and she gave it to us. So we had our own
Wow.
room, and we could go in there anytime and just go in there
Right.
and work. I mean, that was our room. That was we used to just
I've
go
got
in there
this
and do art.
image. There was like that whole room was had like floor to ceiling bikinis.
No,
No,
what her
okay.
bikinis? It was weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
Various sizes and colors and styles.
yeah,
Onesies.
but she liked our work, so
Okay.
it was so
It was good
so
enough.
obviously we would also do work to impress her as well. So it
Right.
kind of worked if you liked us or you didn't. I was always just
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
look
I
at this
remember
piece of
Steve
work I've
talking
done.
a lot about your art teacher, Mrs. Clay.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah,
I
she's
like that
passed
hippie
passed on
thing
now.
though. That hippie vibe is always particularly. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um, it, it's a nice look. I like that look.
yeah. I mean, but I don't know about your school, but we had plenty of. I mean, I can remember one of my friends who's a girl slept with our French teacher,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and when I asked her why, it's because he took her out for a Chinese meal.
Wow.
And that, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Nothing like that
There
happened at
was
our
all
school.
that
Mind
kind of
you, I didn't do
stuff going
sixth
on.
form. Was that sixth form or was that
Sixth
before?
form so in our school you could leave at 16, right, or you could stay
Yeah.
for another 2 years
Yeah.
until you're 18,
Which is
and you
why
could
you
do.
and I have an age difference because you did sixth form and I didn't.
Yeah, it was amazing the difference between going to
Yeah.
school from what 7 to 16.
Yeah.
The teachers are all one way, right? They all have this attitude towards you.
Yeah.
The moment you choose to be there, from the very
Yes.
first day, I can remember coming back in as a sixth
Yeah.
former, and the teachers were completely different. Like, who are
Yeah.
these people? They're nice.
Yeah.
They're friendly.
Yeah.
The geology teacher, who'd spent the
Mm.
last 2 years shouting at me and throwing board rubbers at people, was now
Yes.
the funniest and loveliest guy on the planet.
Right.
It was amazing.
Yeah. I
We
think
would,
because they would at English schools up until a certain age, the teachers had a us or them mentality. It's like if we don't protect ourselves, they will kill us, right? So
right.
their guards are up. Their guards are up because that's how it was. You had to you had to stand up for yourself. The teachers had to really stand up for themselves, otherwise they'd get walked all over.
Yeah. But my God, I mean, we used to have sixth form parties and invite. So in our sixth form common room, we would have parties with alcohol,
Mm,
and we would invite
mm,
the teachers there, and we would all
right,
get pissed together.
right.
We would get drunk.
Wow.
I mean,
See, I missed that.
there'd be a little bit of feeling up your art
Right,
teacher, if you know what I mean.
right,
I
right.
mean, it makes me
Okay.
think. It makes me think why don't they tell you
Feeling
this?
up.
Because everyone wants to get out at 16. If you only knew what
Right.
sixth form was like, you'd
I haven't
stay on.
heard that expression for literally, I don't know, 30 years, feeling up. Not heard that
Copperfield.
expression. Copperfield. My
Yeah,
God. Having a
yeah.
snog.
Well,
See, you
I
don't,
mean,
no one uses that. It's a language, surely it's not used anymore, is it? No one has a snog anymore.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I got a little bit handsy with Mrs. Clay. So let me think. I'm like
Wow.
18, and she's like, I don't know, in her
Wow.
40s maybe.
Blimey.
Oh,
She's not with us anymore.
no, no, she's passed on
Um,
to the other side.
she's literally Mrs. Clay's in the clay
She's in the
or
loamy
some kind of
soil.
soil type. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
I know.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
weird, isn't it? Now thinking about it, because I was when we first met, I was literally because my birthday's in July. We'd have started our college in September. I was literally 16 and 2 months. I mean, that's really young.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started art college. And you would have
You
been like
were young.
almost 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, mate, you seemed like a little young kid.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Everyone thought
You know,
that I was the son of one of the one of the professors,
right.
one of the
Yeah,
tutors,
because
art tutors.
I mean, you know when you're at school, the people in the year above you seemed kind of old, and the kids in the year
Yeah.
under you were like kids, and you were like 2 years younger.
But also,
So,
my hormones stopped when I was 11, and they didn't get going again until I was 19. So I was tiny
all right.
as well. I stopped growing,
Yeah.
and
One
I didn't start
annoying
growing again
thing,
until I was 18 or 19.
that you used to do early on
Yeah.
was that you would eat a packet of chips, of
Oh
crisps,
God.
right? And then you
Yes.
blow the packet and you go,
Yeah.
and you burst the
Yes.
the bag, and we were like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Paul! Jesus Christ!"
I remember. Yes, I did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did that, and we all hated you for it. But
Oh Christ! Oh blimey!
we were like, "Stop doing that, Paul."
Okay.
And you
Oh,
and
blimey.
eventually you stopped.
Yeah. I was just a kid, you know.
I know, that's what I mean. You're just a little kid.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I
Oh,
think we should wrap stuff up because
yes.
I've we're almost
It's
on the hour,
52
and
minutes.
I know we just rambled on for no reason. So
Rambled
if you've
on.
managed to stick this far, you've
Congratulations.
got through possibly the worst episode we've ever done. All the best. Let
All
us
the
know.
best.
Tell us.
Yes. Do let us know.
Let us
do.
know.
Yeah.
And Eddie wants to go outside, so this seems like
Okay.
a good point
Good.
to
Yes. Let's do it.
to hit the button. If I can, here we go. If I have to find the thing segment. Here we go. All right, where's that bloody button I have to push? Here we go. All right, so ADHDville is delivered fresh every Tuesday to all purveyors of fine podcasts. Please subscribe to the pod and rate us the most magnificent, and feel free to correspond at will in the comments. But wait, there's more. If you wish to see our beautiful faces, then sally forth to the YouTubes and the TikTokies. And you can also pick up a quill and email us at adhdville@gmail.com. But in the meantime, be fucking kind to yourself.
And I beseech you, fellow ADHDers, sons of the hounds, know thyselves and come hither and get the flesh, or something like that.
Blah, blah, blah. God, we
Blah,
got through
blah.
it. Jesus Christ.
Cheers.
There, says the mayor. That's that.